Welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles. In this week's news, Oxford Beaumont moving forward, council considers rental ordinance again, and a band brings holiday cheer to Senior Center.
Stay tuned. Learn more about these stories and others. The Oxford News begins right now. Conducting their monthly meeting on December 12th, the Oxford Township Planning Commission voted 7-0 to recommend the approval of a proposed Beaumont medical facility to the Township Board of Trustees. Set to be unveiled in 2 phases, Beaumont would first like to construct an ambulatory building that could be up to 3 stories tall as phase 1. Followed by a hospital that would be 5 to 7 stories high as phase 2. In addition to the property transformation, Planning Capital Director Joanna Janica and her team indicated the development would result in the creation of over 800 jobs, and Board of Trustees will next convene on Wednesday, January 8th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. to decide if they will accept the Planning Commission's recommendations.
At their December 11th meeting, the Oxford Township Board voted 7-0 in favor of allocating $50,000 of their total 2019 fund balance for the survey and design of work of a potential safety path along Oxford and Ray Roads. The motion was proposed by Treasurer Joe Ferrari, who is also chairman of the Oxford Safety Path Committee. Originally added to the township's list of priorities in 2010, a safety path in this area would connect Meyer and the surrounding businesses to the Oxford High School and the Polly Ann Trail. To help obtain the proper funding, the township is pursuing a $100,000 grant from the Consumers Energy Foundation and another $50,000 grant from the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Legacy Fund. Oxford Community Schools Superintendent Tim Throne has recommended to the Board of Education the district to contribute $10,000 to the project. Other grants and opportunities are being pursued as well by their new grant manager, C.J. Carnacchio.
A wooden bridge as part of the safety path along West Drainer Road near Pontiac Road will undergo long-awaited repairs. The bridge, built in 2009, had unknown problems from the very beginning. Incorrect nails were used and the wood was left untreated. Total repairs will cost $175,000 and will be handled by Faith and Sons Decks, based in Lapeer. Jack Faith and his business are no strangers to Oxford, as the company has handled numerous repairs throughout the area.
On behalf of the Parks and Recreation Department, Oxford Township has applied for a grant seeking more than $10,000 from the Almont-based Four County Community Foundation. The grant would be used to purchase an assortment of outdoor furniture, an 8-burner propane gas grill, and a sound system podium for the Senior Center at Seymour Lake Township Park. This contributes to the department's ongoing efforts to increase the number of senior citizens who visit and utilize the center by making it appealing, accessible, and inclusive. Oxford seniors deserve the best, and that's what the Parks and Recreation Department is striving to give them, a real home away from home.
All you registered voters out there, this one is for you. Beginning with the March 10th, 2020 presidential primary, Oxford Elementary School will no longer be used as a voting precinct. The school district requested the township no longer use OES as a polling place due to its concerns regarding security and scheduling issues. The township respects the school district's request and thanks the district for the many years it provided Oxford voters with a place to participate in the democratic process and make their voices heard. Going forward, Precinct 2 voters will cast their ballots inside the Oxford Village Community Room. Precinct 7 voters will now cast their ballots at the Oxford Public Library. Voters in these 2 precincts can expect to receive new voter registration cards in the coming weeks.
Two familiar names serving on the Oxford Township Planning Commission will keep their seats for the next 3 years. Recommended by the Oxford Township Supervisor Bill Dunn, Commissioners Ed Hunwick and Michael Spiz, are both reappointed during the Board of Trustees' monthly meeting on December 11th. The term goes into effect in January 2020 and will run through December 31, 2022.
The Oxford Village Council voted on a number of board and commission appointments at their December 10th meeting. The council appointed Lynn Royster and reappointed Jan Burr and Dolores Ludwig to the Beautification Commission for 3-year terms. Gary Douglas was reappointed to the Planning Commission for the 3-year term, and Sue Basardet and Dave Gerber were reappointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals for 3-year terms. All appointments passed unanimously.
House of Providence, a nonprofit organization offering 24-hour care for foster youth who have been neglected, abused, or cannot find a permanent home, is involved in a lawsuit. HOP, along with Jason and Maggie Dunn, co-founders of HOP, and their minor children, have filed a lawsuit against 10 Oxford Township residents who live in the area commonly referred to as horse country. The group is being sued for libel and expect to read a report of the allegations in an upcoming issue of the Oxford Leader.
For the last few years, the Oxford Firefighters Union has distributed ID kits to every kindergartner at Oxford elementary schools. The tradition continues Monday as Kevin Snell and Lieutenant B.J. Franz distributed over 300 kits to just as many kindergartners at Clear Lake, Daniel Axford, Lakeville, and Leonard elementary schools. For more information about the child identification kits, visit childidprogram.com.
Adulthood isn't as easy as it looks, and that's why Oxford Township resident Jim Brzezinski decided to come to the rescue. Brzezinski has created a course called Almost an Adult, and that will be available through the Parks and Recreation Department. The 8-week course consists of 90-minute sessions, which teach young people ages 13 to 18 some basic life skills. Topics include job applications, interview skills, new hire paperwork, pay stubs, opening savings account, budgeting, loans, credit, investing, and of course, taxes. This course won't make students experts on any of these subjects, but they will provide some basic introduction to each session. Each student. Sessions will involve lectures, hands-on exercises, and question and answer periods. The class will meet every Tuesday from February 18th through April 14th. I might need that class. And for more information and to register, visit .oxparkresearch for course code 2900. Go to Parks and Rec's website and find that class.
The Oxford School District has something to celebrate. Leonard Elementary was selected as the only school to represent the United States in IB research study last week. The International Baccalaureate Organization commissioned the research to test the effectiveness of new enhancements to its elementary curriculum. International Baccalaureate is an educational foundation headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland.
Oxford High School hosted the Oxford Rotary Club's annual Christmas luncheon for senior citizens on December 11th. Guests listened to music provided by various OHS bands while enjoying a catered holiday meal and pie for dessert. Guests were waited on by National Honor Society and leadership students. Former club president and member of 25 years, Bob Warnicki, offered the invocation. He introduced Santa and co-led the crowd in an impromptu a cappella chorus of Jingle Bells. Santa made his rounds distributing candy canes and peppermints, making sure to visit each guest individually. What a cool thing.
Holiday tunes were resonating throughout the Senior Center last Tuesday, thanks to the Oxford High School's Chamber Orchestra. The 14-member group, led by their director, serenaded the audience with a 45-minute program filled with familiar carols as well as some intricate pieces capturing everyone who listened. Once the performance was over, the guests and musicians were encouraged to mingle over light refreshments and appetizers provided by Connie's Kitchen. As everyone started to gather their belongings and head home for the evening, snow began to fall, adding the finishing touch on this holiday gathering.
It's a really nice experience. This time of year is really cool because unusual things happen around the community that gets people together that they don't normally do. And by the way, if you want to see that, we did record that. And Connie's Kitchens, bless her heart, she's everywhere with her yummy food.
And it's amazing that things just happen, like the snow,
Oh yeah, how perfect, huh?
sets the stage, right?
So you will see 2 days of us before Christmas and 3 days of us after Christmas, and so I'm hoping that everybody has some safe travels. I know this is a busy travel season.
Especially you have New Year's coming up, and
Yeah,
hopefully
right.
we're in pretty good shape to watch. I mean, they can catch us on,
Yeah.
OCTV here on the news, right?
Yeah, if you get stuck in this Christmas, you can sit and watch OCTV day in and day out. We have 24 hours of it.
Absolutely, we're there.
So I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if we don't see you by New Year's Eve or day,
Yeah,
right?
and I would say ditto, I
Yeah.
agree.
Merry
Okay.
Christmas from OCTV and Happy Holidays.
Yes.
That's where I got confused.
That was
I'm
good.
saying Merry Christmas.
You're doing
and-
just fine.
So that's it for Oxford News this week. If you'd like to learn more about these stories or others, you can pick up a copy of the Oxford Leader newspaper. Better yet, you can catch us on our website, OCCTV.org, on YouTube, and of course our regular cable channels, Spectrum, Channel 191, and AT&T Channel 99.
And coming up soon, OCTV's very own Cody Wright with the school sports and Schooling Around, incorporating great topics with none other than River Tuck. And you won't want to miss Auto Talk and Science in the News with Dave Kenny.
I'm Terry Stiles. Thanks for watching Oxford News this week, where we bring your news closer to home.
And I'm Elgin Nichols. Remember, always be kind to your friends and neighbors, and thanks for watching.
Hello, Oxford. My name is River Tuck, and welcome back to School News on OCTV. We are coming off the heels of a finish line week here in the district. We had more concerts than you can count, as well as wrapping up our last days before this Christmas break. Let's get into all of that and more right now. Last week, the district wrapped up its winter concert season with some great concerts like the Super Singers and many more. If you want to see any of those concerts, check out the latest episode of Schooling Around, which is out now on YouTube as well as on air at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. on weekdays and 7 p.m. on Saturdays. In that Schooling Around, I covered all of the great concerts we have had this last week and the week prior here in Oxford in one big highlight reel. Also in that episode, I covered the Lakeville Literacy Program and a small snippet from the Oxford Parade. That snippet was just so good, let's take another look at it right now. Santa, can I sit on your lap?
Sure.
For my clothes.
Not a problem at
You're
all.
probably like good at this, right? Like a strengthened knee?
Not a problem. Yep.
What do you do to exercise the knee for all the...
It's mostly just getting up and down off the sleigh all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Keeps me in shape.
That makes sense.
Yep. Other than that, I don't get too much exercise. Up and down off the sleigh and cookies.
And cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah.
Cookies and
I
milk.
think it's the loop-de-loop that he does.
Yeah.
Because it takes all the pressure off of his knee.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. You gotta keep flexible.
What do you have to say to the Oxford residents?
Well, Oxford's a great place to come and visit. We always love coming here. You have a terrific parade every year.
Yeah.
The kids are very well behaved.
That is
good
true.
students overall too.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
is very
so
true.
it's fun coming here. Got good shops downtown.
Yeah.
Great
Interesting stuff.
restaurants.
Yes.
Oh, great
Good
restaurants.
That's very true.
Very much so.
Very
Yep.
true. All right, well, thank you, Santa.
Yeah.
That's going to be all from me out here in Centennial Park for the Oxford Christmas Parade, and we'll see you next year.
I'll be happy to be here. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Merry Christmas. I had a great time out in Centennial Park with the community, and I loved seeing all of the families out together enjoying the holidays. And in that spirit, I, with a lack of school news, have made a top 5 list of things to do in Oxford with the family this winter break. Number 1, go to the library. The Oxford Public Library, as well as the other great libraries around the Oxford area, have a plethora of events going on right now, and more getting added to the calendar constantly. Check out the Oxford Public Library website for more information. Number 2, take a tour of downtown. You will be amazed at how many old and new shops and stops you've never seen before downtown. Within the comfortable Oxford hometown atmosphere, you and your family can have a great time downtown just taking a stroll. Number 3, take a hike, or if there's snow, go snowshoeing on the Polly-Ann Trail. Bring a camera with you and get ready for some awesome sights with the family. Most people don't realize it, but a hike, while properly bundled up, can be amazing after a fresh white snow. On top of that, it will go further to make the whole family more familiar with what lives right outside of our back doors. Number 4, go sledding. Oxford has no shortage of great sledding hills nearby, and if you use my advice from the last item on this list, you will no doubt have a full day of adventure, as well as creating lasting memories for the family right here in Oxford. Number 5, get the family together to do some volunteer work. It is a great way to spend time with family while helping out the community as a whole. It builds strong citizenship in the kids, and it'll help you craft a tradition to look forward to every year. That concludes my short list, but I want to challenge all of you watching at home to finish the list. Make it a top 10 or top 15 and write me your favorite things to do around Oxford with your family this winter break. You can write me at river.tuck@gmail.com or start the discussion on the Oxford Community Television Facebook page. I am looking forward to next week. However, we will still be on break here in Oxford, but like I said, there is no shortage of great fun to be had here in Oxford. Please do reach out to your local libraries or community pages to find out how you can spend the most of your Christmas right here at home in Oxford. As always, you can tune back into our station and social media pages to stay up to beat with all of the latest events and going-ons. Look forward to the next Schooling Around, as well as giving the new one a look. And looking forward to hearing about all of your fun, Oxford. I really am. I have been River Tuck for your school news. Until next time, Oxford.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from the publication Automotive News. In our first story, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and PSA Group have signed a binding merger agreement in a deal that will reshape the global industry. The combined company will be led by PSA CEO Carlos Tavares and FCA Chairman John Elkman, holding the same role at the enlarged company, the company said in a statement on December 18th. The merger will create the world's fourth largest automaker with a stock market value of about $47 billion, surpassing Ford Motor Company. The tie-up also brings together two automaking dynasties, the billionaire Agnelli clan of Italy and led by Elkman, and the Peugeots of France. PSA and FCA said the new company will have an 11-person board with 5 members nominated by PSA and another 5 by FCA. This will include labor representatives from both companies. As part of the deal, no shareholder will have the power to exercise more than 30% of the vote cast by shareholders' meetings. Tavares will be the CEO of the merged entity for an initial 5-year term and will hold the 11th seat on the board. FCA CEO Mike Manley will remain with the new group, Elkman said on December 18th. Manley is expected to have a senior executive role in the merged companies, Tavares said. Tavares said that the merged unit will manage the operations close to the front line of major markets. The closer we are to the front lines of the major markets, the better we understand the markets and the better we are at adapting to those markets and the better we meet the expectations of those customers, Tavares says. So you can expect that there will be regional organizations, regional headquarters, and operational headquarters which will lead the business in those regions. That's the best way to meet our customers' expectations, he says. FCA's Manley said the fact that both companies have emerged successfully from tough times means their employees share a common trait of seeing challenges as opportunities. By merging, PSA and FCA aim to achieve annual cost savings of $4 billion. Technology sharing as well as product and platform-related savings are expected to account for about 40% of the annual synergies, the company said. Purchasing will represent a further estimated 40%, benefiting principally from scale and best price alignment. Other areas, including marketing, IT, general and administrative, and logistics, will account for the remaining 20%. The synergy estimates are not based on any plant closures, the company said, and that's a good thing. And on the recall front, General Motors said December 19th it is issuing recalls for more than 900,000 vehicles worldwide in 2 separate campaigns to address brake software and fire risks. The automaker is recalling more than 550,000 2019 light-duty Chevrolet Silverado 1500s, Cadillac CT6, and GMC Sierra 1500 vehicles due to potential software issues related to the vehicle's service brake system notifications. The error, which GM said was rare, may result in the vehicle's electronic stability control or anti-lock brake system becoming disabled. GM said the vehicle's diagnostic system will not illuminate the instrument cluster alert. Dealers will refresh the software to address the issue. GM is also recalling more than 400,000 2019 to 2020 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 and GMC Sierra 1500 trucks because battery-positive cable rings may have been manufactured with excessive glue, potentially resulting in a fire risk. GM's dealers will inspect vehicles for glue and other contamination and replace damaged components if necessary. The recalls include 814,000 vehicles in the United States. And over at Ford Motor Company on December 13th issued a recall for more than 500,000 2017 to 2019 Super Duty crew pickups in the U.S. with a faulty seatbelt pretensioner that could spark the interior carpet and cause a fire if the vehicle crashes. The automaker said it's aware of one report of a fire in the U.S. related to this issue, although it's not aware of any accidents or injuries. Ford said over 490,000 pickups are affected in the U.S. and federal territories, while over 56,000 are in Canada and 852 in Mexico. The vehicles were built at Kentucky truck plant from October 8, 2015 to October 29, 2019. As needed, dealers will apply foil tape to the carpet and carpet insulation and modify the sound deadener and the backside of the B-pillar trim panel, Ford said in a statement. Well, that's all for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and as always, may the wind be at your back as you cruise down life's highways.